Good morning, students. How are you? Fine, eh? Already you have read all topics in nutrition. Okay, but I want to say something, or I'll touch everything. I'll say that you should understand everything. So, why we need to know nutrition in children? What is the importance of nutrition in children? What is first? Nutrition. Nutrition is the material in the form of food that our cell require to support our life. But why important nutrition in children? Every year, most of the children die due to undernutrition. They are not getting proper nutrition. Even if they are getting proper nutrition, that is not what you will say in proper adequate amount and in proper set. So that they are undergoing undernutrition. And in our life, maximum growth in our life, maximum growth, that is within 2 years. See, our brain growth 90% develop first 2 years. First 2 years, your brain growth 90%. Similarly, our linear growth, so two types of growth, linear growth and brain growth. So brain growth 90% of adult in first 2 years of life. And linear growth similarly, the best or maximum growth in first year life. See, at birth, your length is 50 centimeters. At birth, newborn baby, length is 50 centimeters. By 1 year, it is 25 centimeters around. So 1 inch is 2.5, around 10 inch. You are this 10 inch you are growing in 1 year. But after 2 years, for 10 inch you have to grow, it will take around 8 to 10 years. That means the maximum growth of your whole life you have to achieve in first 2 years. So again, in first 2 years, your hormonal are not support for growth. In first 2 years, only the nutrition that will support your growth. So your nutrition is very important. Those babies not under nutrient, in future there may be rickets or they may be diabetic. So it's a that another hypothesis there, Barker's hypothesis. Barker hypothesis. In Barker hypothesis, what is there? Those babies who are underweight or those are low birth weight or those are not gaining proper weight during this first 1 year. In future, they are diabetic, hypertension like this. Okay, that's why nutrition is very important in first 2 years of life. Then when you will come to nutrition, so suppose someone will come or you want to know nutrition in a children, you have to start from the birth, at birth, from breastfeeding. So from birth, you have to ask the nutrition. What type of nutrition? Breastfeeding started, when started, how many times per day? Like this, from the birth, you have to start nutrition. You ask about breastfeeding. When start breastfeeding? When start complementary feeding? When started weaning? Then when started advanced feeds? These are all required. So what is the nutrition? Nutrition is that materials in the form of food required for a cell to support our life. That is nutrition. And that food materials are called nutrients. So how many nutrients in our? We are taking 7 types of major nutrients. And these major nutrients are carbohydrate, protein, fat, water, vitamin, minerals, fiber. These are 7 types of major nutrients. Out of these 7, again we divided as macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are your carbohydrate, protein, fat. These nutrients are for building block of your body. And these micronutrients like your minerals, vitamins, these are required for your immunity, for metabolic pathways. So all like this, all nutrients are important for us for our body. So what is the requirement? What is the carbohydrate requirement of our body? So 1 gram of calorie, carbohydrate will give 4 kilocalorie, and 1 gram of fat will give 9 kilocalorie. Like this, 1 gram of protein will give 4 kilocalorie. So like this, it's our requirement. So what is a balanced diet? So even if your nutrition, that should be balanced. What is a balanced diet? Balanced diet is that should be adequate and appropriate, and that should sufficiently supplied to your body, that as per requirement. So that is a balanced diet. And what is the balanced diet? So in your diet, the major nutrients, that is carbohydrate, protein, fat, that should be in equal, in adequate proportion. Adequate proportion means the carbohydrate should be 40 to 50%, and your protein is 10 to 15%, and fat should be 25 to 30%. That is in proportion, or in our diet that proportion should be maintained. That is called balanced diet. So when you will ask for feeding in a baby, or when you are inquiring about nutrition in a baby, why this may happen, why the baby is rickets, why osteomalacia, or why the baby is proteinal and malnutrition, then you have to ask from the beginning, from the birth, at birth, when started. So what are the types of feeding you should ask? So where is the problem, so that the baby is facing this problem in now. So you start to breastfeeding. So breastfeeding should be started after birth within half an hour of in normal delivery and 4 hours after any cesarean section, or maximum 4 hours. It should be within 2 hours. Remember, half an hour in normal delivery, 2 hours in cesarean sections. You should start feeding. Again, if you are breastfeeding, then how many times per day? Breastfeeding should be every 2 hours, and minimum 8 and maximum 10 times per day. So every 2 hours you have to feed. Then if breastfeeding, then is adequate or not, how to know? What is the adequacy of breastfeeding? If adequacy of breastfeeding means the baby should pass urine 6 times per day and 2 hours sleep after each feed and once 2 per day. So this is the adequacy of feeding, and the breastfeeding should be every times 10 to 15 minutes, not like this 5 minutes or 4 or 5 sucking. So adequacy of breastfeeding means these are the signs or symptoms, or you will get signs from your baby that adequacy of breastfeeding. So breastfeeding should be continued till 6 months at least 6 months. But what WHO suggests us to give continue feed for 2 years, because our brain growth 90% of adult is going till 2 years, and for brain growth, which is that DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, is very important for cognitive growth, neuron growth. That is only if you will find in breast milk. You will get outside, but that is the DHA you will find in breast milk is more efficacious or more important than outside DHA. So breastfeeding you should continue till 2 years or minimum 6 months. What is a supplementary feeding? Supplementary means with RD breastfeeding, you have to supplement something. Some minerals or vitamins are not adequate or very less in amount in breast milk, so that you have to supply with breast milk. So what are the supplementary feedings? These are vitamins, all B complex vitamins, all vitamin D. These are very less in breast milk, so you have to give supplementary. Suppose one baby is now present with rickets. What is the cause of rickets? The cause of rickets is always not adequate breastfeeding during first 6 months. That is the most common cause of rickets in future. So why? There is breastfeeding, breast milk is contains very less amount of vitamin D. So you have to supplement with vitamin D, so that baby should not get this rickets. So supplementary feed means to feed or vitamins, minerals you have to add with breast milk. That is supplementary feeding. Weaning feed. What is weaning feed? Weaning feed is when with breast milk you are giving out other feeding. That is weaning feed. When it is required after 6 months. As for the growth is very fast year, but the amount of our nutrients are very less in breast milk. So you have to supply outside feeding, other feeds or nutrients in other form. So by 6 months you have to wean. Wean means with breast milk you have to give outside food. Outside means other foods. That is weaning feed. What is a complementary feeding? Complementary feeding means those feeds due to rapid growth in both brain growth and linear growth. We have to supply more in the form of carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins, minerals with breastfeeding. So in the form of complementary feeding. So complementary feeding is a food that complements breastfeeding or complements breast milk, ensure that all nutrients in adequate in proportion one baby will get. So complementary feed is complementary feeding or complementary feed is food that complements breastfeeding or breast milk to ensure that the baby will get all nutrients in adequate amount for his growth. That is complementing. Nowadays we are getting complementary feeds. We are giving lactogen, cerelac, complementary feeds. They are complementary feeds. Or we are preparing smashed potatoes, smashed carrot, fruit juice. These are the complementary feeding we are giving. Advanced feeding. Complementary feeding, you should start with breastfeeding till 2 years. After 2 years, still baby is growing. After 2 years, nutrition is not important. With nutrition, your hormonal support will come. That is your thyroid stimulating hormone and cortisol, insulin. These will come hormone. And that time you have to again with complementary feed you have to take extra food. That is your from the family part. Whatever your parents is taking, you have to take. That is called advanced feed. That advanced feed should be 2 to 8 years. So when you will inquire about nutrition in a baby, you have to ask breastfeeding when started, how many years or how many months he continued, and how many days times per day, what is the durations, what is the supplementary feeding given or not. Then when we the breastfeed, then complementary feeding when started, then when advanced feeding. So complementary feeding is from 6 months to 2 years. From 2 years it is advanced feed till 8 years. Okay. So what are the cardinal features? Nothing. I mean, say only you start give nutrition, any food, that is not important. When you will give nutrition, I'm telling about within 2 years, whatever the feed you will give, that should be 6 cardinal features of 6 cardinal features in your feeding. That should be energy density. Energy means that our food is bulky, but in children that should not be bulky. That's the energy density. Means with small amount, energy should be more. That is energy density. The amount should not be more. Amount will be less, but energy will be more. So that is called energy density. And the feeds are used to give small amount and frequently. That is energy density. Amount of feed. Amount of feed, that's small amount of feed. Small amount. A big meal, you have to divide 2 to 3 times and give amount of. Then consistency. Consistency means the all carbohydrate, protein, fat, that should be in equal in proportion. And meant the consistency. It should not be very thick, should not be diluted. Okay. If it is more thick, then it will be that the baby will get constipation. If it is, suppose it is very diluted, then baby will not get all nutrition. All nutrient will be diluted. So baby will not gain weight, not height. Then frequency of use. Frequency of suppose on baby's breastfed baby, you should give complementary feeds 3 times per day. Suppose you will start cellular or lactogen 3 times per day. But suppose on baby is not breastfed, then you have to start 5 times. You have to give 5 times. That is the adequate amount if you give, then baby will gain all nutrient and should not face any disease in futures. Then suppose 2 years baby, after 2 years baby, you should give from family part at least 3 meals per day. That is the frequency you feed, you should start. Hygiene, proper hygiene. Before you give any feed, you have to clean your hands, clean your bowl. How to clean your bowl? Then a spoon. This should be keep in boil water for half an hour. Clean the hand here. Then boil water. Whatever water you will use for it, boil water for half an hour, 30 minutes. After 30 minutes boiling water is your boil water to drink. Not like 5 minutes you will boil, that is no. Okay. So boil water for 30 minutes. When your water color from white to yellow, that is the proper water to drink for baby. And clean all utensils. That is the hygiene. So this cardinal 6 pictures you have to maintain during first 1 year. Now these are the food content. Food guide triangle means one baby should get this one: bread, cereal, then millets, pulses. That should baby should take, or within 1 or 2 years, that child should take 4 to 5 times. Then protein foods like meat, fish. This is 2 to 3 times per day. And fats sparingly, and fruits also 2 to 4 times a day. Like this is the food triangle for a child. So now 9 is RDA. What is RDA? That is recommended daily allowance. So what is the energy requirement? What is the, I told you, energy requirement you have to calculate. How to know? So there is a Holiday and Seeger formula. Holiday Seeger formula. According to this formula, you will decide, you will calculate what is the energy requirement in a baby. So for that formula, otherwise normally 100 to 110 kilocalorie per kg for 1 year baby. After 1 to 1 year, 1 month, sorry, 1 month baby, it is 100 to 110 kilocalorie per kg. From 1 month to 1 year baby, it is 100 kilocalorie per kg. After this, 90 like this. But that is difficult to calculate. So there is a formula, Holiday Seeger formula. By this way, you can calculate for all baby, even 6 months, 7 months, like this you can calculate. So what is that formula? So that formula is for a 10 kilo baby, for a 10 kilo. So 1 to 10 kilo, that is 100 kilocalorie per kg. Suppose 8 kilo baby, it is 8 into 100, 800 kilocalorie. So till 10 kilo baby, you have to 100 kilocalorie per kg. Suppose 6 kilo baby, that is 600. So per day requirement is 600 kilocalorie. Then suppose 10 to 20 kilocalorie. 10 to 20 kilo baby. What is the calorie requirement? What is the energy requirement? So that is 50 kilocalorie per kg. Okay. Then after 20 kilo, one baby is 25 kilo. So after 20 kilo, whatever the extra, that is 20 kilocalorie per kg. So suppose one baby is 12 kilo. 12 kilo means 10 kilo plus 2 kilo. So first 10 kilo is 100 kilocalorie. So 100 into 10, that is 1000 calorie. Second 2 kilo for 2 kilo, it is 50 kilo per kg. So 2 into 50, that is 100. So 1000 plus 100 is 1100. So 12 kilo baby requirement is 1100 kilocalorie. Suppose 25 kilo. 25 kilo means 10 kilo, 10 kilo, 5 kilo. Okay, for 10 kilo, it is first 100 kilocalorie per kg, so it is 1000. For second 10, it is 50 kilocalorie, so 50 into 10 is 500. Next 5 is for 20 kilocalorie per kg. That means 20 into 5 is 100. So 1000 plus 500 plus your 100. So total is 1600. For 25 kilocalorie, it is 1600 kilocalorie requirement. So 25 kilo baby required your 1600 kilocalorie per day. Same thing. What is the fluid requirement? Same Holiday Seeger formula. Fluid requirement also same. For first 10 kg, it is 100 ml per kg. Second 10 to 20 kilo, in between 10 to 20 kilo, it is 50 ml per kg. 20 to 25, it is 20 ml per kg. So for 8 kilo baby, what is the fluid requirement? 8 into 100, 800 ml per day. For a 15 kilo baby, first 10 is 100 ml, so 10 into 100,000. Second 5 kilo, 5 into 50, 250. So 1250 ml fluid required per day for a 15 kilo baby. So like this, you have to calculate energy and fluid. What is the vitamin A requirement? Vitamin A requirement for an infant is 400 international unit or 5 microgram per day. 400 international unit per day vitamin A. Sorry. Vitamin D is 400 international unit per day or 5 microgram, and for more than above in 1 year baby, it is 800 international unit per day. That is vitamin D. Vitamin A requirement. Vitamin A is 1000 international unit per day is the requirement for all babies. That's the vitamin A requirement. Then what is the calcium requirement? Calcium requirement for a newborn baby is your 110 milliequivalent per kg. And for old baby, you will say that is 50 to 75 milligram per kg. That's the calcium requirement in children. What is the iron requirement? Iron requirement is 1 to 3 milligram per kg. For prophylaxis purpose, you have to 2 milligram per kg. For therapeutic purpose, to treat the anemia, you have to 3 milligram per kg iron. That is the minimum requirement, or this is the minimum requirement for the baby. That is recommended daily allowance. So disease of nutrition. If you will not give proper nutrition during the first 2 years, what will be the result, or what is the disease baby will face in future? That is FTT. What is FTT? That is failure to thrive. One more is protein energy malnutrition. So first we will say FTT. FTT will get yes 4-mark question or 2-mark questions. So failure to thrive. So what is failure to thrive? Failure to thrive, we will use that term for below 5 years. Below 5 years baby, we can use that term FTT, failure to thrive. Above 5 years means you will say it's undernutrition. So what is failure to thrive? Failure to thrive means one baby not gaining physical growth during a period below 5 years. One baby below 5 years is not gaining physical growth over a period of time. That is called failure to thrive. Period of time means either 6 months or a 1 year. That is the period of time. Whenever you calculate growth, that should be 6 months. Okay, then you have to put this growth in a growth chart. What is height or weight of the baby, you have to put in growth chart. That is, then you have to, so one in growth chart, there is percentile. That's not percentage, it's in percentile. If baby's weight or height come under, suppose 5 to your 75 percentile, then that will be a normal baby. If that growth decreases or below your 5th or 30th percentile, means that baby is not growing or underweight or not gaining physical growth over a period of 6 months. That is the definition. Or suppose even if baby is gaining weight, but he is not touching the normal growth. Suppose first 2-3 months baby is gaining weight, but that is suppose 10 percentile. After 2 to 4 months baby is gaining weight, but that is only 15%. So last time 10 and 15. Measure percentile means 50 percentile, 70%, 5%. These are the measure. So baby is gaining weight, but that he is not touching the measure. That is 50, 70, 50, 75. That is percentile. That means over 6 month period, baby is growing, but he is not touching his growth. So that is called also failure to thrive. So this is important for us. So failure to thrive, we can use the term for below 5 years. Okay. So what is the cause of failure to thrive? It may be an organic cause, maybe inorganic cause. Always inorganic cause, 80% cause is due to inorganic, means due to poverty, inadequate nutrition. These are the cause, or low socioeconomic status. These are the main cause of FTT. That is 80% non-organic cause. Organic cause means any illness, suppose anemia, suppose cardiac disease, suppose gastrointestinal disease, some neurological disease. These are the organic cause. That is 20%. That's the cause of FTT. So what is the line of treatment? Or how do you know? So that is the investigation. So first line investigation, second line investigation, third line investigation. First line investigation always a common investigations that exclude the diseases. That is our CPC, complete blood count, urine test, stool test, X-ray test. These are the first line. Second line is any hormone, second line. And third one is specific. Suppose you are doing LDH for tuberculosis. Okay, for celiac disease. So specific test for specific diseases. That is the third line. So you will get FTT is a 4-mark question, 2-mark question. Then you have to write what is the definitions, what are the causes, organic causes, inorganic causes, what is the investigations, then what's the treatment. That is the failure to thrive. Next is protein energy malnutrition. What is protein energy malnutrition? Our major nutrients are your glucose, carbohydrate, protein, fat. These are the building blocks of our body. Okay, protein elements, that is deficiency of these 3 causes our disease in our body. So what is undernutrition? Undernutrition means inadequate intake or inadequate consume or poor absorptions or excessive loss. That causes undernutrition in a children. Overnutrition means is obesity. We are taking more overnutrition. What is malnutrition? Malnutrition means either it is a overnutrition and malnutrition. But in children, always we will say malnutrition is always undernutrition. In children, malnutrition means always it is a undernutrition. Then what are the undernutrient? That is the major nutrient, that is carbohydrate, protein, and fat. So major energy source of our in your food is your fat and carbohydrate. So these are energy undernutrient and protein. So that is called protein energy malnutrition in children. So protein energy malnutrition means protein deficiency leads to some disease. Energy deficiency leads to deficiency, leads to some disease. So how will you assess a protein energy malnutrition baby? How will you assess a nutritional status? Nutritional status in a protein energy malnutrition. So that have some parameters or indicators, that is depending on the age of the baby. So what are these indicators? That is weight for age. Means here you have to take weight is the parameter in relation to or compared to your age, in relation to age. So two babies having different age. One baby is normal weight baby, normal age baby, or normal weight in that age baby. Suppose a 10, suppose 1 year baby. 1 year baby should be 10 kilo. Now you are taking one baby who is protein and malnutrition. That's he is also 1 year but 6 kilo. Now both babies are 1 kilo, 1 year baby, but normal baby is 10 kilo. He is 6 kilo. So that is the definition. What is the then what is the undernutrient? This is 50%, around 50%. So weight for age is a parameter or indicator to assess the nutrition in a malnutrited baby. Same thing, height. Height for age will say stunting, and weight for height indicator is for wasting. So these are the indicators or parameters that will depend on age for to assess nutritional status in a protein energy malnutrition baby. So you will get questions. What are the age dependent indices in protein energy malnutrition? So you have to write this. Next is age independent. Age independent means those indicators or parameters not age dependent. Here we will not take the, you have to not compare the disease baby or an undernutrient baby to normal baby. You have to check only the undernutrient baby, that is mid upper arm circumference. You have to take mid upper arm circumference. That is normally is more than 13.5 centimeters. And 11.5 12.5 is mild. 12.5 to 13.5 is mild. 12.5 to 13.5 is moderate. Less than 12.5 is mild. Okay, mild, moderate, severe. So when more than less than 11.5, it is severe. So mild is 12.5 to 13.5. 12.5 to 13.5 is mild. 11.5 to 12.5 is moderate. Less than 11.5 is mild. Clear? And next is BI, body mass index. That is mid upper arm circumference. Then body mass index. Third one is Kanavati index. Kanavati index means there is a ratio of mid upper arm circumference divided by your head circumference. Normal is should be normal, maybe it should be more than Okay, so now indicator PNR, age independent indicators. What are the age? You will get 4 mark questions. Age, what are the age independent indices in protein energy malnutrition? Then you have to write that mid operant circumference, body mass index, details you have to write. And Kanavati index, Rao index, Bengal test, skin form. These are things you have to write. Next is classification. Important is this one, classification of PM. So you will get PM is a long question, all a long question, 2 mark question, 4 mark questions. And also you have to know all about PM. So these are not in your books. So this classification not in your books. Only this old classification is Gomez classifications, Gomez classification, Waterloo classification. These are old classifications. New classifications are here are your welcome classifications and IAP classifications and WHO classifications. These are the classification. When you will get any questions, you have to like classification means you have to IAP classifications, welcome classifications, and WHO classifications. Out of this, these are also classifications you have to remember. That is according to basic group. Basic groups means what are undernourished children, stunted children, questions according to basic groups. Then clinical classification means undernutrition, kwashiorkor, marasmus, and marasmus kwashiorkor. Then IAP classification you have to write. That is weight for age. Suppose more than 80% is normal, 70 to 88% is mild, 60 to 70% moderate, and 50 to 60% is mild, like this. Mild, moderate, severe. Okay, these are the classification, IAP classification you have to write. That is based on your weight for age. Welcome classification like weight for age same with edema. Edema present or not? If edema present, it is a kwashiorkor. Without edema, it's a marasmus. So we have to write IAP classification, welcome classification. Next is WHO classification. WHO classification is two classifications according to duration or according to you say type of classification. Acute malnutrition, chronic malnutrition, acute and chronic malnutrition. What is acute malnutrition? Acute malnutrition when there is in children your extracellular fluid is more than intracellular fluid. So whenever there is any illness or any baby will lose more extracellular fluids, so that there is weight of the baby is suddenly down. So that's why mother is always complain within 2 days my baby losing 2 kg firing. That is right because of losing of extracellular fluids. So that is acute malnutrition. Due to 5 days, 7 days illness, baby lose weight. That is acute malnutrition. Chronic malnutrition means there is 6 months, 3 months to 6 months duration. Something, suppose cardiac disease, suppose gastroenteritis disease, some neurological disease, baby is not gaining weight. That is chronic malnutrition. When there is chronic malnutrition means always with weight. In chronic malnutrition, weight is not important. Here, height of the baby is important. If height is decreased, that is a chronic malnutrition. Then acute and chronic malnutrition. I mean, even in during a chronic malnutrition, last 3 to 6 months, baby is not gaining weight due to disease or severe illness. His height is not achieved as per high age of the baby. Same time, last 3 to 4 days due to secondary illness or something, baby is losing weight also more. That is acute on chronic malnutrition. So these are the acute malnutrition, chronic malnutrition, acute ones. So WHO recommend that those with chronic malnutrition you can not back to the baby to normal, but those baby who are in acute malnutrition you can treat that baby and you prevent that complication that leads to death. So WHO recommends that baby you have to treat that baby acute malnutrition baby. Then according to severity is a mild, acute malnutrition, fast type of malnutrition, acute malnutrition, chronic malnutrition, or acute and chronic malnutrition. If it is a acute malnutrition, then according to severity, acute malnutrition baby is mild in nature, moderate in nature, or severe in nature. So, one baby between 5th percentile to 75th percentile in between is normal. Those baby who are underweight, undernourished means below 3rd or 5th percentile. But to them, our aim is to treat that babies because that baby will develop more complications and that baby will die. So WHO recommend those babies, those are below 3rd percentile or 5th percentile. You have to categorize them according to standard deviations. So this is the growth chart. In growth chart, these are the 5th percentile, 30th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, 90th percentile. So those baby below this fifth percentile or third percentile, WHO said categorize according to standard deviations. So now standard deviation will come. See, this is the standard deviation curve. So this is the zero is the median line. Suppose median, this is the median height. You will take 100 babies, and all babies height is suppose 5 meter. These are the median. Average is suppose 5 meter is average. Average is 5 meter. So those babies below that, if above 5 meter, 5.1 centimeter is, that is right side. 1 deviation, 2 deviation, 3 deviation. Those 4.9, these are left side, -1, -2. So those below third percentile, again they are categorized -1, -2, -3. So accordingly, -1 mild, -2 moderate, -3 severe. So those baby below third percentile, again WHO categorize them mild, moderate, severe. Okay. So according to WHO, moderate. Listen. According to WHO, moderate malnutrition is those in between -2 to -3. -2 to -3. -2 to -1 is mild, and severe is less than -3. Less than -3. These are the so moderate, mild to moderate malnutrition baby, around 80% cause of death in children is mild to moderate. But severe malnutrition is 100%. That 20% is 100% death. So WHO said we have to treat this severe malnutrition baby, those who are -3 standard deviations. So this is the WHO classification. Moderate malnutrition. First, you have to see whether the baby is acute malnutrition or chronic or acute or chronic. If acute or chronic, acute malnutrition, then which type? Mild acute, moderate acute, severe acute. So mild acute is almost normal baby. So no need for that one. We have to treat moderate malnutrition who will develop complications, and severe malnutrition baby who are already developed complications. We have to treat these babies. So WHO classification is important for us. So mild malnutrition baby having growth failure, infection, anemia. So this baby will around 9 months to 2 years baby, they will develop mild malnutrition. Which treatment they will be in safe. But moderate and severe malnutrition baby, 1 to 4 years baby, they are developed moderate to severe malnutrition, and that are marasmus or kwashiorkor or marasmus kwashiorkor. These are the types of moderate to severe malnutrition. And severe malnutrition is proper. Severe malnutrition is severe acute malnutrition. So we have to treat severe acute malnutrition. So what is the treatment? So that's a diagnostic criteria. How low? Diagnosis severe acute malnutrition. Simple. If weight for height is less than 70%, weight for height is less than 70%, or less than -3 standard deviation, or less than -3 Z score. Z score is for individual one. This baby, only this baby. RAM is 6 kilo. For that 6 kilo, what is the Z score? That is -6. But for all babies, suppose 10 babies, that is -3 standard deviation. Or you will get suppose visible wasting, severe wasting, that is maybe SAM, or bilateral PDN. So these are the 4 out of 1. Any one is diagnostic criteria for severe acute malnutrition. What is the treatment? Remember, this is not in your book again. Still, this is the mnemonic you have to remember. Accordingly, you have to write these are the complications. You have to treat these are the treatment of severe acute malnutrition. You will get one questions. What is the features of severe acute malnutrition? How will you treat that? Severe malnutrition. So still, see as for sugar or you will do hypoglycemia. Whenever you will get any baby, always think that the baby is hypoglycemia. You give dextrose. So anyway, any malnutrition baby, whenever you will receive in your casualty or in ward, always think that the baby is in hypoglycemic condition. You have to give dextrose. So S for sugar, hypoglycemia. H for hypothermia. Always due to hypoglycemia, due to infection, always baby will be hypothermic. Okay, so hypothermia. T for hypothermia. Then infection. Because of hypoglycemia, low immunity, baby will be infected. So always think of infection and you start antibiotic. Early antibiotic you have to start, or empirically you have to start antibiotic. Then you send blood culture and proper antibiotic you have to start. Always again, EL for electrolyte, S for sugar hypoglycemia, S for hypothermia, I for infection, EL for electrolyte, and D for dehydration. Always think also dehydration. Whenever you receive one baby, protein and malnutrition baby, you have to start. You have to give dextrose with salines, thinking of maybe dehydration, and start first dose of antibiotic and all electrolyte. This is the line of treatment of protein energy malnutrition, severe acute malnutrition. So what is the completion treatment? Once protein energy malnutrition, you aggressively treat it. So what is the completion of over treatment? That is pseudo tumor therapy. If your nutrition, suppose nutrition is energetic, you are giving aggressively treated. Suppose you have to start in malnutrition baby 75 F75 formula means 100 ml of food should contain 75 kilograms. Suppose you started F100. F100 means 100 ml food you have prepared and that contains 100 kilocalories. Then what will happen? These pseudo tumors means raised intracranial pressures. Baby will develop raised intracranial. When you will treat for 6 months, baby will develop pseudo tumors. So that is the complications of over treatment or in a aggressive treatment in a protein energy malnutrition baby. Baby will develop over energetic neutral correction. That's what develop pseudo tumor therapy. Second thing is nutritional recovery. When baby will recover, during recovery, baby will develop nutritional recovery syndrome. What is that? Due to over treatment, or you are giving over aggressive treatment, you are giving more protein that disturb the fluid compartment. So rapid shift of fluid and electrolyte due to over treatment, aggressive treatment, or giving more proteins, that is shifting of fluid and electrolytes from intravascular compartment to extravascular, intracellular to extracellular. So rapid shift of fluid that disturb the brain. So there is endocrinal and metabolic disturbance. Okay, so most common disturbance is you will get hypophosphatemia. So 4H you have to remember. 4H. One is hypoglycemia, hypophosphatemia, hypocalcemia, and hypocalcemia. Okay, hypophosphatemia, hypoglycemia, hypokalemia, hyponatremia. Not hypocalcemia, hyponatremia. So 4H people will develop in nutrition. These are the metabolic related changes. What is the symptoms? They will develop hypotension, hepatosplenomegaly, seizure. These are the symptoms and signs they will develop. That is called nutritional recovery. So nutritional recovery syndrome is again 2-mark question for you. Okay, so what is the complication of SN treatment? Now vitamins. So we have covered protein, fat, and carbohydrate. Now vitamins and minerals. So vitamins, what are the important points I am telling you? Vitamin A. What is the vitamin? Vitamin. What is the vitamin A requirement? You have to know, and that is the 2-mark question. Again, always in Viva we are asking vitamin A. What is the vitamin dose? So vitamin A dose is, so one baby is less than 6 month baby, always 50 lakh international unit dose. 6 months to 1 year baby, it is 1 lakh. More than 1 year baby, it is 2 lakh. This is the dose. So how many doses you will give below 5 years baby? Below 5 years baby, you have to give 9 doses. 9 doses means first dose you have to give vitamin A at the time of measles vaccine. When you will give measles vaccine at 9 months, you have to give first dose of vitamin A. So 9 months means that baby is 6 months to 1 year. So you have to give 1 lakh international unit oral. This I am telling you oral form. Parenteral form is IM form, that is always half of the oral. Suppose 9 month baby is 1 lakh international unit oral form. If you want to give IM, so you have to give half of oral, means 50 lakh unit. Okay. So less than 6 months, 50,000. 6 months to 1 year, 1 lakh. More than 1 year is 2 lakh. This is the dose of the baby in oral form. Parenteral form is IM form. You have to give half of the oral, that is 25, 50, and 1. This is the IM form. Total dose below 5 years baby, 9 dose of vitamin A. That is first dose with measles. Second dose 15 months with PPT. Then after this, every 6 months, one dose. Okay, so 2 years to 5 years is 3 years. So 3 years every 6 months means total 6 dose. 6 dose plus here 9 month, 1.5, 15 month and 2 years. So total is 9 doses. So 9 doses of vitamin A you should give during a throughout a 5 years baby. That should baby should get. Suppose one baby is 1 year baby. Suppose 6 kilo. What should be the dose of? For 1 year baby, 10 kilo is normal. So if it is 8 kilo, 9 kilo, okay, you have to give 1 lakh. If it is less than 8 kilo means you have to give 2/3 of dose. That means 60,000. 1 kilo baby, 1 year baby, 1 lakh international unit vitamin A required. For a 1 year baby, 8 to 10 kilo, 1 lakh. If 1 year baby 6 kilo, then you have to give 2/3 of the dose. That is, you have to give 60 to 70. Remember, these are always an important question. So this is the prophylactic you are giving. Suppose develop disease, that is hypovitaminasis, that is bitter spot. Then what is the same dose is same 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, but 3 doses you have to give. That is first day, second day, then after 4 weeks. So 3 doses you have to give. That is the dose. So you have to write when there is a vitamin A prophylaxis or therapeutic vitamin A doses you will get. You have to write like this: what is the dose, how many doses, and what is the prophylactic dose and therapeutic dose. That is hypervitaminosis A. That is pseudotumor therapy. That is the symptoms like raised ICP. Due to hypovitaminasis A, that is bitter spot. That classification of to also you have to remember. What is the classification? That is X1 A, X1B, X2, X3A, X3B, and XN, XS. Like this, you have to all this classification of to WHO classification you have to remember. Vitamin D. So vitamin D, hypervitamin D. If you take more vitamin, like normal vitamin requirement is 400 international unit for infants and 800 international unit for children. If you take more than 1,000 international units for more than 6 months, you will develop hypervitaminasis. So what are the features of hyper? That is hypervitaminasis is hypercalcemia. Then you will get hypertension, nephrolithiasis, hypercalciuria, vomiting, seizure. These are the things you will get in hypervitaminasis. Another is hypovitaminasis, that is rickets. Hypovitaminasis, that is rickets. Rickets is, what is the rickets? Rickets is the disease of the growing bone, or is the growth plate. Disease of the growth plate or growing bone in children. Whereas that is in trabecular bone. In adult, it is called osteomalacia. In children, it is rickets. In adult, it is osteomalacia. In osteomalacia, the same inadequate nutrition, inadequate mineralization of the trabecular bone. Here, inadequate mineralization of the growing bones. Okay, that is the difference. Difference between rickets and osteomalacia. Rickets is inadequate mineralization of the growing bone in children. Here, trabecular bone of the adult. So, inadequate mineralization means that is calcium and phosphorus. Okay, so mostly rickets is due to inadequate calcium and phosphorus. So calcium absorption in gut is due to vitamin D. Vitamin D means it is 25 hydroxy D3. 25 hydroxy D3 is the vitamin D that helps convert to 125 D3. So that is absorption of calcium in gut. So when there is vitamin D deficiency, you will get hyperparathyroidism. Hyper means increased parathyroid hormone. That causes your decreased absorption of your calcium. So you will get rickets. But suppose rickets is due to inadequate calcium. In that case, what you will get? Inadequate calcium means you are consuming, or you are inadequate, you are taking calcium. In that cases, you will get your vitamin D is normal. That is 25 hydroxy D3 is normal, but 125 dihydroxy D3, which is found in kidney, that will be high. Okay, so the rickets is due to vitamin D deficiency or due to calcium. How to know? you have to do investigation for D, 25 hydroxy D3. If 25 hydroxy D3 low and you are getting rickets, then you will get vitamin D3 low and calcium low in vitamin D deficiency rickets. If rickets is due to hypocalcemia, then you will get normal D, low calcium. That is the hypocalcemic rickets. Hypovitamin D rickets, hypocalcemic rickets. Okay, these are the difference. Hypovitamins D rickets means you will get low vitamin D, low calcium rickets. Hypocalcemic rickets means normal vitamin D, low calcium and rickets. So you have to treat rickets. What is the treatment? So you have to take either 60,000 international unit per day, 10 days you have to take, or 6 lakh international single unit. With you have to give vitamin D, vitamin calcium and oral vitamin D. That is for 2 months you have to give. Then you will get. So first is radiological healing. You will get radiological healing. Suppose after taking 2 last dose of that calcium and vitamin D, still there is no radiological. What is the radiological defect you will get in or X-ray picture you will get in rickets? That is fraying, coughing, and rarefications and thickening of the growth plate. Due to decreased calcification, you will get that growth plate will be thickened. Growth plate will be thickened due to decreased calcification. Then you will get fraying, cough like. Okay. Then splaying, fraying, and rarefications. These are the things you will get in. So you will get again questions. What is the sign symptoms? What is the radiological picture of the rickets? So after treating for 2 months, there is no radiological healing. Then you will think maybe it's refractory rickets. So then you have to do investigation for refractory rickets. How do you do? So you have to send first phosphorus. Okay. First you have to do vitamin D. Suppose vitamin D now normal, vitamin D normal, calcium normal, still no healing. Then maybe rickets is due to phosphorus. You have to do phosphorus. Suppose phosphorus your high. Phosphorus high means always due to your kidney diseases. So maybe chronic kidney diseases. Suppose low, then you have to do pH. pH of the ear. If it's so low, then it is always a renal tubular acidosis (RTA). Suppose that is also normal, then you have to parathyroid, low or high. Like this, you have to do investigation for refractory rickets. So that is all about the rickets. So you will get also rickets a long question or maybe 4-mark questions. What are the causes? What are the features? What is the treatment? What is the type of rickets? Like vitamin D dependent rickets, type 1, type 2, like this. Next is, these are the questions you will get, and that are the common question you will ask in your Viva. So then vitamin K, K1, K2, K3. So deficiency of vitamin K you will get in previously we will say this hemorrhagic disease of newborn. Now we are taking vitamin D deficiency, K bleeding, K. So type 1, type 2, type 3. Vitamin B1 deficiency will get 2-mark questions also again. What is the cause? Beriberi. Types of beriberi: dry beriberi, wet beriberi, infantile beriberi. These are the like this. Vitamin C. In deficiency of vitamin C, you will get scurvy. So these are the common questions you get, and you have to remember. In our Viva, we are asking about this all this. You have a with spotter also there is a table for nutrition. So in that side, we are asking all this. So you have to already everything covered. Just I tossed these things, so you should know these things. You should understand everything in your book. So you listen. So just go and read again, so that you will remember and prepare. Next class we'll start your new one. Okay. Thank you guys.